That's a nice picture of me in a corner.
Well, do you like that?
Yeah.
You know what shot that is?
No.
That's when you're going to release the Christmas album.
Oh, Shaggy Mom.
Yeah, Shaggy Mom Christmas special. That's that's from that very album. That is. That's where I got that pic. What do you think?
I think it's amazing. It's probably one of my best.
It is, isn't it? And the album was.
Oh, album was it's a classic.
I mean, it's up there with like anything, Fleetwood Mac have done
Yeah, yeah.
that kind of level. So, are we actually live yet?
We are live. Yeah. Fix
Yes,
219.
we are. There you go. 219, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the fix. So it's fair to say that in this week it had been pretty quiet, really. Not on enough.
Well,
Had gone
it
down, and then
started,
boom!
it started with a lot of noise in the beginning, right?
I forgot that did that with my car. Hang on.
Go back. Go back. No, no, go. No,
What do I do?
like expand.
You can't.
Wait.
That's amazing. This is awesome. Hang on. Let's see what I can.
Well, I guess it's gonna stay like this, deal.
Yeah, no, there will be. Whoa. Hey, fucking hell. What a piece of kit that is, Ray. What a piece of kit. Too smooth. All the Europeans cowering, says Hawker.
Yeah.
What are you, Kay? He's in the chat and he says, "Good evening, legends." Deep inside Hermes pings in a super chat. Do you think Engin should be sent to prison? No. No. What has he done? Have I missed something? I did see a video that Devon put out yesterday,
Yeah, I think everyone saw that.
which, which was quite a video.
Yeah, they're going hard. There's
Yeah,
no running
here we
around.
go.
There's no running around from it. They're going really hard.
Mate, let's talk about the white elephant in the room. It does seem like things are calming down a little bit and that we are getting some arm wrestling matches because Strongest Arm on Earth East versus West 19 is on. We've just seen matches be announced, and it looks like, from what I could see from the flyer there, both arms, Devon Larratt, Alex KURDECHA. Interesting. Both arms, left and right. A couple of things obviously going to be interesting there. The first one being which arm will they pull first? And you'd have to assume that it'd be left, right? Would you agree? They'd go lefty first because of the rematch thing. Because here's
I
my
think so too. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
it's the with all things considered, I like it better when you've got two guys who are pulling each other twice on the same night. That makes a great deal more sense to me than it would if you were getting one guy that's pulling twice and then he's coming against a completely fresh athlete. Um, how do you see the right arm?
Still Devon.
Easy, hard.
I think easy.
Mm.
As easy as Devon makes it. I think left is close, but I don't think right is close.
Well, it's quite a unexpected set of criteria in it, really, in some respects. That I don't think anybody. I had a very good idea that we'd see the
There's
rematch.
there's Angie, sorry, Hermes in the chat. He's saying best card ever.
Hermes, my friend. Two things. What are you doing up? You're an athlete.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm sending you the link, my friend. Come on, come on, Hermes. Get on here. Tutti frutti. Let me send him the goddamn link. Let me see. I love Hermes. Got a another episode coming up with Hermes very shortly, guys. For anybody that is in the chat and wants to hear about this, we have a situation where Hermes Gasparini is coming on to do part three of the Hermes Gasparini story. GB19, is Baku on August 30th? Vitali said he pulled Devon then. I did hear rumours that that was the case, although I do not know whether it is confirmed yet. Don't know is the answer to that question. But I did hear rumours that that was the case. I don't know. Yeah, you know anything about that, Rolly?
Nope. I don't know nothing.
We're bloody useless. What's this about? Hey, people come on here to get the up-to-date information. Hey, tell you what. Let's have a look. Hermes Gasparini. There you go, Hermes. Send you the links on. You want to come and hang about with myself and Rolly Ray? Have an hour of fun and frivolity here on The Fix. Feel free to do so. Hermes Gasparini. It's probably not even the real Hermes. Is that the real Hermes?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay. Benji Mac. All right, son. So left arm. Do you want to hear my theory? Taking that as a yes, Ray. Okay. Do you believe that Devon was playing on the left?
I think he thought he was in good control,
Mm-hmm.
and then he lost a little bit of that control. That's where Alex started coming back.
Do you think he lost it, or do you think he let rope out?
Only he knows.
Yeah, because I had a lot of conversations with people around that day. We're about to find out whether he did or he didn't. And you know what the interesting thing is? Repeating that could be a lot more difficult because Alex will be less worried, I think, this time around. The mind game side of Devon's prep, you would think, would be disabled a little bit. Because sort of any myth and legend around where Dev's level of prep could be has gone out of the window now, hasn't it?
Yeah, we'll see. I think there's not a lot of preparation. I think it's coming in, and I think Alex definitely learned a lesson there. I think he gave up some things too fast where he shouldn't have. But I think there was better ways into that match than what he did. Probably will also help if the referees give the center, and the center is not in the room next doors. So,
how much of a problem do you think the refereeing was in that match, really? I know a
well,
lot
the
made about
starts, like the starts, like it was just like you can go and look at it. It's ridiculous. I don't know
it.
how they just because one guy's like like someone said like yeah, but Alex was forward. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Arm should be center, right? And it's just ridiculous things happened in that match. I never seen. Well, I've seen a lot of times referees forgetting about fouls and calls. That's a normal thing when there's a lot of action, things like this. But also there was a lot of coincidental calls, and I think they just messed up one of those. So good, very good, like drama for the rematch. I think like there's more point of making a rematch, right? That's why we have it actually, because otherwise Alex is pulling. Like with his right, he lost to Morozov. With his left, he lost to Dadikian, and then he lost to Devon. Like let's say like his, but it's not concisive. So you know, we'll do it one more time.
I'm not taking anything away from Ayrton Morozov. Guy's a rock. One of my favourite pullers in the super heavyweight division. Solid arm wrestler. I do believe that that's a better match with Alex KURDECHA if Alex hasn't just had that match with Devon and Alex faces him right-handed. I think
Yeah.
Morozov and Alex is a hell of a lot closer than that and a lot more entertaining match that day if Alex hasn't faced Dev. I really believe that. And I would like to see that match again when they are both fresh. That's my honest opinion on it. I'm very, very interested to see how easily Devon deals with Alex KURDECHA right-handed, because everybody had a real high on Dev after the match with Gennady Quickvinia. I say everybody, not everybody. Some people, and I'd love to hear what you guys think in the chat about this. Some people contacted me after that match and said, "Oh, that was a bit of a red herring," because we all saw what Ibrahim Sagov did to Gennady Quickvinia. Where do you sit on that one, mate? Do you think that Gennady was less well prepared than we thought for the rematch with Devon in Tbilisi? Or do you think that
Yes, yes. Of
hmm,
course, I don't think he was anywhere near what he was when they faced each other first time. I just don't think it. And then he drops weight, makes weight for 115. And Sago is a beast.
Sagov is a beast?
Sago is a beast.
He is, and he's very, very direct.
And yeah, if you don't go to him, you can top roll him. Like he doesn't, like no one really top rolls him.
I also think that he actually hurt Gennady Cookvina in the first start. I think he damaged his arm. And I
Mm,
think that, so with all these matches, I do think there's often nuance. And when you watch that back, everybody just, go and watch that back if and see what you guys think. But when you watch it back, I believe that Gennady got hurt in the early rounds of that match because Ibrahim's so direct, so all gears forward, jumped on his arm, and you're going a little cold and somebody hits you like that, it can do you serious harm. I mean, we saw what it did to Reno Masic. Even though Reno won the match, it left a mark. It knackered his arm.
yes.
And I do believe that we saw a similar thing, although with nowhere near the severity, in Gennady Quickvinia. And that can give you a very slanted, objective opinion of things, and it's not really objective. I think that when you look at that back, if you consider, trying to think of another good example, but I remember Sarah Backman pulling Gabby Vasconcelos at the WAL, and in the first round got injured. The very first start, the first round, and then Gab's completely decimated her, ran her over, and both Gabby and Sarah were of the opinion that had that not happened, it would have been a much closer match. They then faced each other again, and it was another hellfire death war, and the same kind of situation we've seen numerous times. And
Yeah.
that's why I think you often can take too much from matches you see, and you think, "Oh my God, that's it. It's done. It tells
But
us everything we need to
Neil,
know."
but that's the only thing we see. That's the thing we see. It's
Yeah,
hard to take it. Like you can't say the match couldn't gone differently because it didn't. You know what I mean?
I do, mate. But I also think that there is a big write-off sometime in the arm wrestling community that I think there's a misconception that the gap between a lot of these guys is bigger than it is. And I think with all sports at world class, you've always got a shot. The right guy on the right day with the right hit and the right set of criteria can sometimes do something. I've also got Devon as a favourite on the right arm. Don't get me wrong, I definitely have. But I am very, very interested to see the rematch left for those reasons that I think Devon messes with a lot of people, and that sort of myth and legend behind Dev before you pull him in a real situation is very, very, it's very different. And Alex speaking to him when there was no cameras, there was no anything, just speaking to Alex backstage around the hotel. And Alex, very straight lad. And he was of the opinion, he continually said, I do not underestimate Devon at all. I think that he's going to be tricky as hell. And I don't think it's going to be anything like when we've pulled on the practice table. So I don't really put any. A lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, he should crush him because he's killed him every time on the practice table." Alex didn't buy into that at all, but you could see in all the interviews that he talked about that a great deal. He was very concerned about that. And why this match, this rematch, really interests me is because if it is true that he found a lane and that Devon didn't let him into that match by feeding rope, then Alex may be able to do a lot better in this because he doesn't have to play guessing games anymore. He knows exactly where his strength is, and more importantly, he knows where there's a hole in Devon's game that he can capitalize on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And it's that intrigues me most, mate. Really is. Because look, Devon might tell you otherwise. Other people might see it differently, but I do believe there's a significant gulf between Dev's left and right still. Big difference.
Yep.
I think in terms of what he can do. Um, I got to stages in my career where I pulled pretty well on the left, usually when my right had been badly damaged. But even at its peak, it was never my right. It's like going out and throwing a stone with your other arm, kicking a football with your off leg. It's never, you might now and again you hit a good shot, but you can't do it every time. And I think there's a huge, huge amount of difference in that. Comment there from XMW McGregor. Engin is watching. I hope so. I know it's bloody late for Engin over there now. It is, what time is it? Over there, it's got to be what? 10 to 1? Around there? 10 to midnight? 10 to 1? Something around that? It's late.
Probably.
But I would have liked to hear Engin's thoughts on a rematch. See what he thought about it. Yeah, get past the current situation and get back into some focus on arm wrestling. I think this is a massive opportunity, Ray, because obviously I work extensively in Strongman, as you know. I think there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this match. And I'd like to see Devon and Alex give their absolute best. Really go balls out. It'd be amazing if we got another Hellfire death match, because that's how you convert the new fans, isn't it?
That's the main event, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is where. So going back to what the point that I never finished.
Back to back, left and right, yeah, back to back.
Well, this is it. I don't know the order. I don't know. And ordinarily, Devon right hand match. There's your main event right there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But is it here? And if the main event is the left, what does that mean? They have to pull right first. You know what I mean? It's not as simple and straightforward as you think, is it? Do me a favor, guys, in the chat. I even might put a poll up if I can. Just to understand, I want to understand, and from you also, Ray, what arm are people most interested in here? Because for me, it's left.
For me, it's also left, yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's left. Not being dismissive of Alex's right. Alex has got a solid right. But I just think the left is the arm. All right, let's have a look here. Left, right.
Yeah, everyone's riding left.
Cool.
That's about right. Yeah.
So what do you do then? If everybody, yeah, I'm seeing them coming up now. I think my chat's a bit delayed, but I'm seeing them coming up now, and we will get to the super chats in a minute, guys. So what also for you guys in the chat and for you, Ray, what do you think we should do in that respect, or what do you think EVW and Brian will do in terms of handling that? Because you've got to give the guys time between the matches, right?
Yeah. It's a weird situation when they pull both arms. It's
Yeah.
really weird situation.
See,
I
we
rather would see one match, I'll be honest.
You'd rather what, mate? See
just
what?
one match. Just lefty. Just a rematch on lefty.
Personally, I would too.
Yeah. And two arms, like again, what do you put as the main event, right? That's a good question. You put the match that everyone wants to see, or you put the right hand because it matters more, right? And also because if whoever you put as the main event, the other one has to pull first, right? And
for me, there's two options, right? It's Brian's event, isn't it? In terms of he's going to have the deciding vote, I would imagine, on this, even though it's an EVW endorsed show. And I have sent Brian the link, and maybe he comes on and this is something you can discuss, and I'm sure with the athletes. But the way that the event's going to run, the arm wrestling is on Friday. The strongest man on earth strongman event is on Saturday, Sunday. Is there, and this is just me spitballing, right? I'm just chucking this out there. Is there any opportunity, because we're there for a few days, that they pull on a different day? As some kind of showcase within the I don't know, mate. This is by no means, don't everybody go crazy and think that that's an option. It might not be at all. But on the other hand, if that happened, does it make it better? Would people want to see it more if they pulled right hand, all the card, bang, left hand as the main event of the card. You with me? So they pull once that day. And then at some other point during that weekend, they pull right handed and it goes out to it goes out as normal to the pay-per-view guys. What do you think? Is it beyond the wit of man to achieve that? And would people let me know in the chat, guys, and obviously yourself, Rolly, would you prefer to see it that way? Do you think it would be a better match if they pulled on a different day or not?
I
Hard,
think
isn't it?
for the event, I think it would be great, right? For the event, you can just whatever you want. Like there's going to be another Devon Larratt match, right? How long? It's probably the weekend event, right?
Yeah, mate. The strongest man on earth is a 2 day show
Hmm.
and a brutal show. Now, I don't know whether it is viable to do a match which is going to take 25, anywhere from 25 minutes to 45 minutes.
To 7 hours. Listen,
No, what match? I mean,
yeah,
if
I
they
know, I
do
understand. Yeah,
just the amount.
are you also working the strongman?
Yes,
So strongman and
I will do. I'm doing everything. So I do the strongest man on earth
hmm
Saturday, Sunday, and I will have already done the strongest arm on earth. I will be on the strongest man on earth. I will be in the arena,
hmm
emceeing and hosting the anchor host of the show alongside Brian himself. So it'll be me and Brian in the arena. There will
hmm
be a live team also. Lauren Shockley, who's arm wrestling on the Friday, is part of that team. There are a couple of
hmm
others, and obviously there's
big law.
Brian's local team that he uses on that. For
Yeah,
the arm wrestling, it's going to be yourself.
it's
You
gonna
know,
be me.
yes,
It's gonna be me.
yes,
No, actually, that was the deal. Just for the people to know.
yeah. That's my
Brian
understanding.
invited me like months ago, before even this whole deal went down. So I was gonna be there anyway.
Now look at the matches that were already confirmed here. Massive for me because I'm training the guys on Tuesday this week. I will be going to Eddie's place, Eddie Hall, who remains a major focus for me. Eddie's one of my close personal friends for many years, and I'm still training Ed. So Eddie's currently over in Holland. He's been doing some fight training over there and doing some stuff over there. Viewers to his channel will see that. But I will be training Eddie right up to the match. Um, Also going to be probably doing some more work with Loz prior to his match. I'll be seeing Loz when we're in York, no doubt, at the Giants gig next week, and we'll do some there alongside my mate Bobby Frampton. So, a lot of personal interest for me in the strongest arm on earth matches that Brian had already announced, particularly Eddie, particularly Brian, because I've done a lot of work with those guys. So, I'll be emotionally involved in the Eddie and the Brian matches, big time. Um, Lauren Shartley, who I've worked with, will also be pulling within doors. Gabby Vasconcelos, um, Jocelyn. Saray and Derek is also an interesting one for me. Very interesting one. So there's quite a few matches there that I was already interested in, and I have heard rumours of another couple of super significant EVW matches as well, which one of them in particular I think is friggin' awesome.
Okay.
That's not been announced yet, so I can't say anything. But if confirmed, um, I think it's going to be an absolute banger in the 115 class.
You know what? So the strongest man on earth, like East versus West. What is it? 19?
East versus West 19
19 strongest
and
man.
strongest arm on earth.
Okay. It actually this whole event fits King of the Table.
I think it will probably have more of that kind of feel to it.
It is
More,
definitely King of the Table type event.
yeah,
Like
possibly so.
original King of type table.
But there's going to be more matches, isn't there?
Yeah, well, of course, it could be, but the idea, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. In presentation, you mean?
Yes, presentation. What KOTT try to achieve would put in some fun matches, some social media matches, some. So we have a lot of those where we have strongman fighting strongman, and then there's other stuff. but it's also a high level of arm wrestling, you know.
Yes.
So
See,
for me,
one of the things that I get frustrated
yeah,
with is people within the arm wrestling community. You make a really good point, Ray, because I think a lot of people get a bit confused with what is trying to be achieved here. And I think a lot of, I've seen stupid comments like, oh, Brian Shaw's trying to take over arm wrestling. And that is nonsense. Brian does one event a year. Brian and Kerry, his lady, do one event and they throw their effort into that massively. And it's the strongest man on earth. Because we got Brian so heavily invested in the sport of arm wrestling, he has decided to try and help promote the sport and to grow the sport. It is a massive, massive opportunity. Don't make any bones about it, guys. Brian's following is bigger than arm wrestling. Period. It is bigger than the sport of hardcore arm wrestling in terms of followers, dedicated followers. If we can get a crossover into the strongman audience as well, which is vast and growing and weight category, I think it's going to be phenomenal. So the better these matches are, I mean, I'm praying that these are killer matches because arm wrestling, I think, is entertaining for everyone when it's their battles. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. I mean, some of the matches on there, I think, have the potential. And the one match that I'm not going to talk about tonight because I can't, because it hasn't come out yet. Guys, awesome. If that match is on, if it's confirmed, oh, going to be an absolute killer. Got to be honest, I wanted Paul Lynn on there as well. But Paul isn't available that week for all the right reasons because his son, Lincoln, has just started training football, American football. And we know how obsessed Paul Lynn is with that. So when your son is just starting his American football career, you know where you should be as a dad. That's a fact. So go get it, get stuck into that, Paul. I hope Lincoln has a phenomenal start to his football career, mate. And when you're ready to come back and pull, that'll be amazing. I actually think the ladies' match could be a banger here, and I'm really interested to see Derek and Surrey. How do you see that?
no idea.
You're
No,
not pulled either of them.
I kind of like warmed up and touched them between like I was warming up for finals with Siri and with Derek. We also played a little bit. They're both heavyweight strong, right? Um, interesting.
I know it's a match that Surrey said he's been seeking for a long time. So he gets the opportunity now to nail it. We will see. It's going to be quite an interesting one. And I know that Derek is no bum. When he comes in ready, he's dangerous. And he's a very, very big lad. And he's got a lot of advantages. I think Surrey's biggest advantage is that he's got a Kings and he's sticky as hell. And he's been pulling with very big men, obviously. So they knock over some of these super chats. Phil, thanks for your super chat, mate. Baxter and Dexter need to make an official announcement on Baku so Engin can stop snaking EVW. Mate, I am no doubt whatsoever there is a huge amount of conversation going on behind the scenes to try and smooth everything out and find a positive way forward. I know that that's happening, and I hope that we get to a situation where ultimately it would be tragic if the momentum of EVW was lost. It really would, because some of the matches we've had have been ridiculous. I don't think in his heart of hearts Engin would want that. I know Devon doesn't want that to be lost. Surely there's nobody in the arm wrestling career that thinks that in the arm wrestling conversation that thinks that's a good thing. If you call yourself an arm wrestling fan, you want to see that go ahead. Everybody wants to see the momentum build. And stuff like this with an involvement in the Shaw Classic is huge for the sport. Proven Astrology, mate, thank you for your super chat. How do you guys factor in crowd noise? In the Dev versus Alex match, I was yelling whatever to add to the chaos. Factor in crowd noise. Do you mean as an arm wrestler, buddy? Just Proven Astrology, just put in there. Do you mean from an arm wrestler's perspective? Because if that's what you're meaning, rather than from a commentator's perspective. Often when you're in a super, super intense match, like the guys were there, you have the ability to zone in on a couple of voices. And you kind of block everything out. You're aware of the noise in the room. Obviously, you're aware of it, but you're kind of indifferent. It doesn't really matter.
It only matters if you interact with audience, but if you don't interact with audience, I never remember people from the sidelines, only when I interact with them.
But I bet you can hear Yanis.
Yeah, because that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if Tina's out there shouting her ass off,
yeah,
you'll hear it.
for sure. Yeah.
John Augustine, good on KURDECHA for stepping up. With all the drama going on, I haven't heard him say one disparaging thing about Devon publicly. He seems to really love, respect, and admire the man. Quick rematch. Be honest, mate. I don't think when a lot of these guys were in a room together, there'd be a lot of hate and aggravation. I just don't believe that to be the case. I think if they were in a room together, they'd talk fine and they'd get on okay. There's a lot of different opinions put across when people are on camera and when people are doing social media. There really is. I guess we'll find out, won't we? But as I say, I do know that there's going to be a huge amount of discussion going on behind the scenes. Hopefully, it reaches a positive resolution. And this is a positive step forward for sure. The fact that we've seen, I don't know about you, Ray, but I was buzzing when I saw some matches announced. I really was. I was wondering when are they coming. So great to see them come out today. Top roll is for the smart. Engin's is best just for information. Big fan of Engin there. Cheers, mate. Let's have a look. Coach Lake, thank you for your super chat. Neil should buy an island and start an arm wrestling strongman only country and name it Massive Wankerstan. I mean, it's quite a name, so. Excited for Strongest Man on Earth and Devon versus Alex 2. Yeah, hopefully it delivers. If it's as good as the last one, mate, and gets to finish without fouls, that will be amazing. Oh, Marcin Space, everybody subscribe. Thank you, mate. And also, while you're doing it, subscribe to the Voice of Arm Wrestling as well, Rolly Ray. He's been doing this longer than most. When did you start, Ray? YouTube.
Voice of Arm Wrestling 2018.
2018. There you go. He's been doing it a while, but your channel's big now, isn't it? What, 200,000?
Yeah.
Tremendous.
210, something like this.
Marcy Space, thanks, brother. Top roll is for Smart. I know that you're back in Engin, mate, and hopefully we'll hear from Engin soon, and he'll talk about the matches rather than be distracted with the other stuff. I'm sure Devon's now putting that behind him as well, and he'll start to talk about the matches. There's some big ones coming, as I understand it, so let's see what comes out. And hopefully there's some carryover from the matches that were going to take place. I know we're not going to see Vitaly Leletin and Dev take place at Strongest Man on Earth, but don't worry, guys, it's coming. It's coming. It's surely going to be at the next event, whenever the hell that is. I think the next event was slated for something like mid-September, and I expect that that's when we'll see it. I'll be surprised if we don't. David Crone, thanks for your super chat, mate. Left is the better match, but they should pull left first because it will gas Devon and make the right arm match more competitive. Well, it's funny you should say that, mate, because that's exactly what I had in my head. That is exactly what I had in my head. I was going to talk about that during today's live because whilst it might not be a super accurate measure of their level fresh for fresh, is that benefit. If the guys have an absolute screamer, Devon's tanks low on endurance, and you end up with a much better match on the right than we would have done. Because I kind of think in these circumstances, when you've got the world watching, and not arm wrestling fans, just strength sport fans, the better those matches are, the better for the sport in many ways. It'd be great to see it go absolutely death war silly. Couldn't really give a who wins. Couldn't care less. It's one arm wrestling match. I've seen both these men win and I've seen them lose. but I do hope we get some kick asses. Ray, you need to get on this cards. I know you're pulling in Finland. Let's go. You can do it, Ray. You've done it before.
I want to go there and do my best job to promote the sport. That's why I'm pulling everywhere else except there. Not only because I'm average arm wrestler, but mostly because I'm
It's average arm wrestling nonsense.
yeah. But no, no, no. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I'll ask you a question, Rolly Ray, and I want you to answer me as honestly as you can.
Okay.
If you could pick any weight class and any match right now to put on at the Show Classic to entertain arm wrestling fans, and I don't mean just big names because they don't know a lot of the names. You
Mhm.
could put any match on. Who would you put on?
You know, there's a lot of people that I really I think they could put a banger of a matches.
Hmm.
And I also think there's a lot of people that don't get the credit they deserve. One of those guys is Bogdan Stoica. I've been nothing but insanely impressed by Bogdan.
But mate, Bogdan in the last 18 months, since he's pulse pulling, darks pulling, he's friggin' really in the ascendancy, mate.
Yeah.
But who against? Who would you put him against?
Well, we talked about it, right?
Who would you get?
Because he beat Arson last time he faced, and there was another guy that beat Arson.
All in. Yeah, I wanted that bad. I thought that match would be amazing. But
Yeah,
Paul can't do it this time. But that match has got to happen, surely.
yeah, yeah.
That match has got to. So let's forget Bogdan because of that, unless there's another match for Bob. Is there somebody else that you think that'd be good?
I think it like let's say 95 kilos. There could be a lot of guys there. I think him and Ryan Bellinger would be very interesting right now, but Ryan's probably he needs more time after the last one.
Knowing Ryan Ballinger, even right, oh, and I'm sorry, Ryan Belanger. That's how
Bellinger.
we pronounce it. Yeah, Ryan
Okay.
Belanger.
Sorry.
Um, knowing that kid, I'll
Mhm.
bet he, I bet he'd jump at any opportunity he could. Historians in the chat. I hope you're well, mate.
I I would rather see him jump on an opportunity if he's somewhat fresh. Like that match was so brutal. Like it was insanely brutal.
That was a mega match. That
Yeah.
might be as near, when I was looking away at points in that match. It was like, when you're commentating, but you're like, Jesus, on the ragged edge of some serious and something ripping out in that. It was serious. I
Yeah.
mean, unbelievably entertaining, but a little bit hairy, you know, little hairy. So, Coach Lake Neil versus Orden. Hey, what about that? What about Rolly Ray versus Orden? Do you think you could take Orden?
We will see.
Oh, say nothing. Mickey's just come in, Ray versus Orden. I was just looking if Ryan Belanger's in here because sometimes he is.
Yeah, he is sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah, have you seen him tonight?
yeah. No,
I was just looking to see if
no.
I could see
Yeah.
it. Al Sems has just put Kostadinov versus Nugo. Yeah, the biggest problem with a lot of this is we've lost so much frigging time arguing about bullshit that now we can't get people in because of the frigging visa requirements. So we can't get visas for some of the guys that would have been awesome on the card. I mean, I'm trying to work out in my head who's got visas now. Morozov's got a visa, hasn't he? Because you know one that I'd like to see, Michael Todd Morozov.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now, Tom, if you're watching and you're ready, forget all of the stuff and all the nonsense. What about a match with you and Mike? That'd be awesome. I mean, I know that Engin had already set one that I loved. Engen had already set Jerry Caderet against Camille.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know that Jerry is not ready because of what happened to his dad.
Mm-hmm.
But we must not forget that match. That is a match that's got to happen. I would love to see that match. I would absolutely friggin' love to see that match. I really would. I would love to see a few. I'd love to see Pavlo Derbedenev pull in right-handed against Tobias Speron. I think that's another banger. Good match, but we'll see. Let's who can we get visas for this show just to pull it out the fire? Al Sems is saying Lars Robach and Terence Opperman. Interesting. Yeah, right-hander. Quite interesting. Is Brad Grundy still active?
Yeah, he was just at in Norway with Lars training.
Is he strong?
I have no
Brad,
idea.
if you're in the chat,
Mm.
Brad Grundy. Where's your format? Where you Coach Lake's just put Matt Mass, Travis Pagent. I don't think Trav's I don't think Trav's active. Let's have a look. Can we see
So
Brad Grundy in there? Toddzilla versus Irakli could happen, surely. Because Toddzilla and Irakli, number one, it was a rematch that was gonna come. And we know Irakli's got a visa because he was there. So
yeah,
he's another guy that could do it.
I would listen. There's hundreds of matches to make. But I also last two events there was just one title match. I just double checked myself. On East versus West in Arlington and in Chicago. I don't see anything else. I just we have 11 versus tournaments. Yet we have at least like 12, 14 champions,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have cards where there is five or six title matches, and there's
Yeah.
cards when there's no title matches, which shouldn't be the case ever, in my opinion. There should be title match whenever we could put on a title match, or at least someone in a scramble for title match. Because again, we have all these super heavyweight matchups, and then we use them all and nothing else happens, and then you don't have any other talent to push because which else you're going to put, which combination of super matches you're going to put forward for it to be a viable match, right? um I would rather see 77, 70, 85 kilo guys in a class fighting for opportunity either to face the champion, something that for the fans to make sense, like this is the step before the title match, or some good title matches, because you know. But I'm just looking at results. I don't see King of Table. What was the number? King of Table 18 was the last one, or what was the number?
14, wasn't it?
14
I think
result.
it was East versus West 18 and King of the Table 14.
Okay, King of Table. Yeah, okay, King of Table 14. Let me check. So, what was there? Michael Vitali, Todd versus Rustam. That's the title match. Arthur and Daniel title match. Ibrahim Sago title match. Um, tu- 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 tu. That he can. Yeah, so three title matches, four title matches in the last three events.
Do you think people care more about title matches and chat, let us know. Do you care
I
more about title matches or good matches, bangers? What do you want to see? Do you want to see titles or do you want to see Hellfire Death Wars?
I think we should have both, but I think there should be like, what is other reason to have champions if you're not using the champions?
Yeah.
And
Didn't Engin already make for
he made Day versus Sagov.
did he
Uh,
make Ustinov
yes, that is,
Karastatis?
yeah, yeah.
Right. Well, there's one.
Hmm.
What about that?
That's a good match.
What about that?
That's a
Is
great
that
match.
could Ustinov get a visa in time? Because Engin's already made that, we know. And it's a frigging banger. So
Hmm.
if that one could, look, this is just me spitballing, guys. So it's up to Engin and up to EVW and what the hell goes on. I don't know. But all I'll say is, for me, that's another match that if he could get to the Show Classic, and that's one that you could put on, another cracker. Ustinov and the GOAT. What a match. The killer. Mindaugas Terasaitis. I wanted to see Craig 2-year Giannis Amelins. That would have been another banger. At 85 kilo. Would have been a banger. El Italiano, thank you for your super chat, brother. But Neil's channel having only 22k followers is criminal. Follow our good Lord Jesus, bless you, brother. Mate, thank you very much. Yeah, listen, guys, if you don't mind hitting the sub button while you're here, that would be awesome. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a sub. Cameron Sanchez has actually put in here Joseph Moranto, Daniel Ustinov. I think Ustinov's got too much for Joseph.
Yeah.
Personally, mate. Joseph's on the climb, he's super strong, but
Yeah.
Ustinov is different gravy. He's really, really solid. Oh, here we go. Check this out, Ray. John Augustine, thanks for your super chat, John. He's put, Coach Ray, you've had some of the most entertaining matches I've ever seen. You can be 2 to 3 pins and come back and win it. Average arm wrestlers don't pull on pay-per-view events. Just a coach, right?
Just the coach.
All I'm telling you is this, chat. If you are a member of the Arm Wars channel, buckle up your friggin' chin straps and wait for this Saturday, the 19th. Holy shit. Watch that for a match. Watch that for a card. Rolly Ray in action coming up this week against an absolute slayer from Canada.
Boring.
Boring Alex Kushadze. Dude. Watch that for a match. Check out that card. On that card, 2 weekends coming, guys. The 19th and the 26th. Super low cost. 6 matches each week. Just watch. Killers. Absolute killer matches. Not a bad one. You won't see a crap match. They're killers. Coming up this coming Saturday, the 19th, and then part 2 on the 26th. And then straight after that, we go into the Titan House where we're training Brian, Eddie, Rebecca Roberts, remember, who's the world's strongest woman, and believe me, colossal potential in that girl. She really, really is. So if you're not a member of the Arm Wars channel, guys, get over there and check that out. Some superb matches coming as live. Remember, it is not live. It'll be edited to the highest quality, and you will see it as though it's live with a little bit in there, some twists and a little bit more flash editing for you so you get a better feel. But it's coming. It will be going out on YouTube, free view at 8 o'clock with one free match. And then we go into behind the paywall from 9 p.m. GMT, which is what, 1600 hours, 4 o'clock New York, and I want to say 1 o'clock California, or 10 o'clock if you're in Central Europe. What does everybody in the chat, and what do you think, Ray, about Brian Shaw? Now that you've seen Brian up close and personal training the other day, how do you think he deals with a very big, very ready Brandon Allen?
That's a good question.
And Brandon Allen, if you're watching this show, mate, I want to get you on this week. It'd be awesome to get you on. And Brian, actually, for a little chat. So Brian Shaw, I'll call you. Brandon, if you want to come on, it'd be great to get you on here. And let's hear from you guys. Let me know.
Yeah, Brandon is like him versus Larry. He surprised me, and I think he still can do those things that he did there. So he will probably have kings. He has kings, and he will probably use the kings there. Brian has the frame, has everything, and how comfortable will he be going forward and pressing down? I think he can absolutely do it. I he's supposed to be our Jesus, you know? So I'm hoping he proves it. I'm hoping he proves it, and he has improved since Eddie's match, and he has less nerves, more arm wrestling, less this, more this, you know.
Yes.
But
He's certainly a lot more comfortable at the table, isn't he?
yeah, yeah.
You know, but the Kings is super sticky. Super, super sticky. and that is Kings is so much more effective when it tightens up. And so for me, I think that Brian's got to be very, very relaxed, very calm, very clear in his thoughts. We're going to be when I go to Eddie's place this week, going to be working on that with Eddie again. Eddie gets it. Eddie's very aware. Brian's very aware also that they're still they got some holes in the game, and they're just trying to shore those up. And they both got a real awareness of it. You got to remember these guys are world class strength athletes. They know that this is a technical game, and they know that there's a lot of holes in their game. It's interesting watching some of your matches. I used some of your matches and have used some of your matches for training, for instruction purposes, because you can make tweaks, as we've already heard tonight. In some of your press matches, we've seen you go down. Even Mazza here was that the first ever King of the Table?
Mm-hmm.
First ever. And weren't you
Yes.
getting cracked 3-0?
Yes.
Yeah. So you were getting cracked 3-0, came back and won
Yep.
through little tweaks. Amazing match. Little tweaks can make all the difference. Just a fraction. You can look like you're a mile away. You change things up. The Kings is quite a choking technique. It's a technique that, particularly with giant men, can bleed you out and really disable you. So it's
Yes.
very important, particularly for Brian, that he's really present mentally in the match and doesn't make that kind of mistake. That's really what our focus is going to be, to try and make sure that happens. But I know that Brandon will probably come with some orthodox stuff as well to try and cock that up. Let's get some of these super chats. Pulling off John. Oh, we pulling off John with a super chat. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
What was there? I didn't see it.
Yeah. Kalina should be banned from the arm wrestling community. He crossed the line, threatening Devon's entire family. What is wrong with Eastern Europeans? I haven't seen. Did he threaten Devon's entire family?
I don't think he threatened, but he shared some stuff. Probably he shouldn't have.
Right, that is not good. Surprised to hear that from Kalina. Yeah, that's a great shame. That is a great shame. Hopefully that blows over. It's just not. You shouldn't be getting. I mean, when you start threatening people about arm wrestling matches, come on, let's not be stupid. Cameron Sanchez with the super chat. Joseph Maranta. Oh, sorry, I got that one. Yeah, apologies, Cameron. Let me look. I did see a super chat come up. Just pin him back up. Casey Byrne, thank you for your super chat, mate. Oh, Prime John versus 2025 Hermes. Any chance for Hermes? Also, Ray, I know you've practiced with John. What's different about him, even as he's older now?
And his hand, even when he had shoulder problems without the strap, he was just insane. Like his control with from the thumb to the small finger was very, very impressive. Like Giannis, when we were there, that was 2019 before his comeback. And practicing with him when he wasn't even in a shape, outside the strap was a nightmare for everyone, for Vlad and Giannis. And then you put on a strap, and because of his shoulder problems, you can move the arm away. You know what I mean? You can move it away. So
Yeah, the separation. Yeah.
yeah, you can much easier separate it. It's still hard, but but then when he came back, he had a lot of those things except just the shoulder. It was much weaker. Like people don't understand how much weaker. I would think a lot, a lot. And still he did very well in most matches.
Yeah.
So that's impressive. Like I think for John, that his thumb is one of the biggest things that he has
Oh,
for
yeah.
from arm wrestling perspective because he can control the whole match through his thumb. So this is why because he can press his opponents down. He always had great back pressure engagement. If he leave it up, he could always wrap around you and put you in a hook. I think that is the hand, and the angle. What we call angle or back pressure. That's the things that kind of for me that's John.
John's fluidity is otherworldly. His
Yeah.
ability to transition during the match.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about an old John when he was like Ray says when he was damaged, and that isn't real John. When you watch a prime John, and here's a question for you: where's the prime John? I mean, is prime John even when he was pulling against super heavyweights? John isn't a giant, not a big man. It's fair to say Hermes isn't either. I actually think that the very best of John would probably beat Hermes, if I'm honest. The reason being because he's got an unbelievable amount of hand control and unbelievable amount of options. So I think the very best of John is a problem for Hermes. I don't think we've seen the best of Hermes yet, though. So 2025 Hermes could be beaten by a prime Brezink, in my opinion. Um, I don't think we've seen the best of Hermes yet. Hermes is warming up. He's still a young man. He'll get a lot better. He's training his ass off. The other night, I was on the phone to Hermes. He was cracking out training while we were on the phone. Hermes has got a long way to go, and I believe that he will continue to rise for years yet. I think he's going to be a bad dude for many, many, many years. Remember, guys, hit that like button while you're here. Give us a like, give us a share. Now, before we move on, Ray, you're going to Finland shortly. You've got a match out there. Tell everybody about where they can see that, who you're pulling, what's going down.
I'm gonna pull up my card. So I'm going to, that's in on August 8th. I will be in Finland for Pori event. Pori is a place, and so they contacted me months ago. We made all the arrangements, everything. So I'm gonna say some of the athletes that's gonna be there. So me, Victoria Carlson, Juha Salminen. I think
Meg,
Caroline Pedersen is also pulling there. So it's going to be Sweden, Latvia. Giannis is coming with me. We'll see if Giannis will give a match there. Maybe he will not. That we will see. I'm pulling Topi Sarnaloma in the main event. Um, so I'm really excited. I've been training because he's a hook puller, inside guy. So I'm very interested to know if I can. Are you back?
Power Surge.
Okay, of course, power subs. Yeah.
Power Surge. What it
So
is,
yeah,
actually, I created static on my bed. I'm actually sat on the bed in the back bedroom. I rubbed forward.
and again, you can't make this up, guys. You see it? You guys see it? It froze again.
Created static on the bed.
Yeah,
I actually sat on the bed in
I'm
the back
actually
bedroom.
watching the video, right?
Forward.
Hey Ray, Zenzu. Hey Ray, if you have a chance to pull a TVW again, who would you like to pull? Whatever is a match that makes sense and puts me like whatever I go puts me one step closer to like of course like the the end goal is always to try to be the champion, right? Or try to beat the champion. So like, I don't I want to pull someone that makes sense, that is a hard match, and then I can go forward. Did we lose Neil? I want to know if this of course like the end goal. Damn solar flares, power surge. Anyway, guys, yeah, we'll see if Neil can actually get back into this. Yeah, hit the like button. For me, it shows like 4 likes, but that's probably not right, right? What matters most, right or left? Let's see that poll as well. Yeah, yeah. I was sad on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, I stopped being sad and just moved forward. If arm wrestling will be okay, everything will be fine. So I've been spending my time just training and doing stuff, and I feel really good. Like my shape, my arm, even though it it's been some brutal training. I trained with Kristaps on Friday. I'm gonna post that video out soon, full training session. He will also come on Monday, train with me, and then on Wednesday, and then on Friday I'm leaving to Slovakia for Dobrovoda. I don't know yet if I'm gonna pull there. Maybe I will just visit and just watch the competition, or maybe I'm gonna compete as well. But I don't know yet because also Thursday we did crazy practice with Janis, Raimons, and Toms, like brutal practice. Then I did full side pressure training on Friday, and then for some reason I pulled in competition on Saturday.
Actual powers. Oh, my fucking computer.
Um,
You can't believe it, mate. You can't write it. Actual power, sir.
Give me a
It's
second.
over. Computer's gone.
What is gone?
Oh,
Computer?
computer gone. I've had to come on my phone, but gone. Bang, proper one. Proper power set, blew my computer up. And it's a new computer.
Oh
Gone.
no.
For real. Proper pop gone. Can't believe it. Actual power set. You can't fucking write it.
Man, I send you a link, but I think it's the same link. Yeah. See if you can come back on.
Just put a thing out saying,
Listen, I'm still live.
what can I do?
Neil.
Yeah, tell everybody. Actual power surge fucking.
Yeah, they can hear you. Guys, yeah. Yeah. Okay, then probably I don't know if I end it on this side, probably let's do it like this. Maybe you have to go and switch off the stream from YouTube side, but we can figure it out.
Yeah, gonna have to try and, but I can't get on my computer. I don't know how to do that. Computer's just full. Anyway, and it's the new one. Only had it about 5 weeks. Fucking devastated. Brilliant.
Listen, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Shut them down, mate. I'll turn it off. Thank you very much. Everybody for tuning in, checking out. Sorry everything blew up.
Yeah.
Gutted. Need to get to Curry's buy another laptop. Bastard.
Okay, guys.
Big bum, fluffers.
Biggity bum, motherfuckers. Yeah. You heard it here. Anyway, guys, yeah, well, we're on for an hour or something. It's always ends dramatically with Neil Pickup. You know, that's what he does. He likes to do some drama. He's a little bit of a drama queen, let's be honest. Uh, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow. We'll see, maybe someone joins in. I don't want to talk any more of drama. I just want to talk arm wrestling. Maybe answer some of your guys' questions and we can move forward and do some cool stuff. Also, I took a break last week from filming videos, but next week every day should come out a new video on Voice of Arm Wrestling. Yeah, yeah, guys. Thank you for watching. We love you. Stay strong. Love Arm Wrestling, guys. Bye.